Folks, welcome back. I'm Stately, this is City Skylines, and, well, welcome back to the fair town of good intentions, where we have some problems. We're going to get back to the freeway we were working on, but apparently I broke my subway. I broke my workie. So let's go ahead and fix that first, and what is this? Why is there not a connection there? Yeah, okay, it is the subway line that's busted here. We should be able to simply fix that by dragging the line around, hopefully. If not, drag line to add stop. There we don't go. That's odd. Okay, let's just remove the line and we'll put in a new one. This is the tram, this is the subway. We shall delete the line and simply create a new one. Easy peasy, right? Wish we didn't have to, but we do, and it's no big deal. There we go. Okay. So our little transit hub seems to be working pretty well. Our buses are busing. Our university is much less overcrowded, and people have no problem walking up and down to the university from there. So no issues there. We will at some point be expanding on the campus and making this look pretty, but that's not today's project. Today's project is to finish off our freeway. Before we do that, let's take a quick look at our bus lines. Make sure none of them are broken. Now, the number 1 and number 6 lines are the one we're primarily interested in. This is fine. We don't need nearly this many buses here. Let's take this down to 100%, and we'll check in again later. We might be able to go even a little bit lower. Now, this is our line that goes up and down through our granola area here, services the school, and seems just fine. Let's go check out the number 6 line, which was the other one we were having issues with, and this one, same again. Far fewer people waiting for the buses because they can all take the metro now, so we're going to bump this down to 100%. And again, we might be able to go lower. In fairness, this line has lost a lot of its usefulness. It's really just connecting this area here to the public transit station and the 2 metro hubs. I mean, the tram hubs. Then there's the tram. Let's check out that guy real quick. And again, Oh, is that bad? That seems bad. Okay, let's add a few more trains here. We'll go up to maybe 14. And hopefully that'll alleviate that somewhat. Now, there's one other thing here that we can do. We don't need these power lines anymore. Let's go ahead and destroy them. Because all of this stuff is... Is it already connected? Maybe I just caused a huge problem. Yeah, because that was our only power connection between the 2 sides of the city. So we're not quite there yet. All right, guys. Everybody... Stop panicking. All right, problem solved. But the reason I did that is because we can put down a nice little footpath there. And we have some more power lines here that we don't need. There we go. So I just want to connect the bus station here with this stop here via a little walkway. So let's get our new favorite path type, the combined bicycle and footpath, and we'll go from here to... Wouldn't it be nice if I could just have it run straight to there? Let's see if we can. No, that doesn't seem to connect. Shoot! That would have been nice. It's okay though, no big deal. We'll just run it over to here instead. There. Okay. That's just an easy way to get back and forth from the tram stop to our little transit hub here. I'm thinking that'll probably get a lot of use. Shall we go ahead and decorate this just a little bit while we're here? Am I putting off working on the freeway? Maybe, just a little bit. Maybe I'm a little bit intimidated by it. Maybe I'm just a tiny bit scared of how I'm going to get everything to work properly. That's okay. That looks cute. And let's take one more look at our lines overview. We just have the one line. And now we have perfectly modest amounts of traffic here. I'm going to take this down to 12. Hopefully that'll do the trick. And we'll check in on it later, but for now, I've run out of excuses. We need to get back to work here. This, by the way, is probably bad for the city. I probably shouldn't be running the simulation while I work on this. Because, yeah. Actually, this doesn't... No, it does. It completely isolates the city from that side. So I was looking at this and thinking that the best way to do this might be a raised roundabout. So let's see what we can do raised roundabout wise. I'm going to put down a little grid here to work off of. Distance too short? Well, you got to be like that. Yeah, I don't want it to be too long. So let's go ahead and try that again. Turn off the bulldozer, thank you very much. And we want to be directly between these two and as parallel as is reasonable. Okay, so that will be the foundation for the roundabout. The roundabout itself will be a 3-lane highway around the corners, like this. Oh, looks like this line here, this little registration line is just 1 block too short. Is that right? Or is it that? Yeah, I think this whole thing isn't quite right. Hold on. Let's try it again. We need to go to there and there in a straight line. Yes, a straight line. You may have heard of those. Let's see. Okay, cool. What do you mean space already occupied? Why are you being like this? Don't be like this. All right, anarchy mode. Roundabout. Check. Now, it is possible that this is too small. I just realized that this is probably too small. Let's try it again. Patience, I am told, is a virtue. Unfortunately, it's not a virtue that I have. 5, 6. Make sure it's nice and straight. Straight. Oh boy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, hopefully that'll work. Now, back to the freeways, and let's raise this up. Make sure we're directly overhead here to get the snapping right. Really? Really? Didn't raise up? Why not? Why you do this to me? And it's still kind of an oval for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I'm also not going to worry about it too much. Don't sweat the little stuff, as they say. So now we can go ahead and put these lines back. And the plan will be to... Well, the plan will be to go up a slope here. So, go from here, nice straight line to here. Actually, you know what? Let's see how this works. Something like that. Same thing over here. Make sure we get the altitude right, although we can always correct this later if we have to. And we have to because the one on the left is just a little bit lower. Yes, good. Right about there. I think that's pretty much where we want it. Now we'll go straight line from here to... We're going to have to delete these two. They're too close. Straight line across the roundabout to registration mark on the other side. I'm not getting a registration mark on the other side. Let's turn the snapping back on. Still no registration mark, so we'll eyeball it. This doesn't seem to be... Ah, jeez. We doing this again? Alright, hold on. Let's... Come on. Come on, Skylines. Don't be like that. That's way too low. That is so obviously too low. It's not even funny. But we can fix that easily enough. Assuming... No, not the bulldozer. This. Like that, and this up to the same height, which is more or less that, right? And I'm pretty sure it's still too low. And then we still have this issue to fix, so let's go ahead and do that. And you know what I'm going to do? There's no real reason for this thing to go down and up again. So let's just do that. Okay, now we can raise stuff up until it's exactly where we want it to be. What is that? Oh, that's the pillar. You can select those separately. And we're looking for something more like that, I think. That's kind of a nice straight line all the way over. Should be high enough for traffic to get underneath without any issues. Just need to get it all nice and even. That tree is in the way. I think that's about it right there. That looks pretty good. This section here needs to come up just a little bit. And then we need to upgrade the direction here. We need to upgrade the direction here. Which part of that did you not get? And it's not even straight. Really? Really? Got the snapping on, so there we go. All right, it's straight, it's properly raised. So we can go ahead and finish out this connection, which should be fairly straightforward. We can just go like this, and like this. And okay, our freeway is once again complete. We can turn the simulation back on. Let's take a quick look around and make sure nothing's on fire or exploding or being invaded by aliens or anything. And it looks fine. So back to business. We have our freeway here. Now normally I kind of like to go along with the terrain. But here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to run a line pretty much straight. We'll have a little raised causeway here, which I actually kind of like. I think those are nice. Oh, no raised causeway. All right, well, then we won't have a raised causeway. That is the road linking tool. This works really well. By the way, the idea of just being able to... Come on, guys, really? I mean, really? I mean, seriously? Well, we can manually fix this. Let's get this more or less horizontal. We'll get this nice and flat. And I think, just looking at this, that we need to raise this up just a little bit to keep it out of the water. We might have some flooding otherwise. See? Flooding. That should just about do the trick. And with this, we just need to raise that up and raise this up just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do just fine. And onwards. Okay, so here we're going to put in our curve. We shall go ahead and snap. Zero. And let's see how we can hook it up over here. That looks credible, right? No, that does not look credible. And I thought it was credible at first glance. It looked okay. Straight line? Let's go for a straight line here. Come on, guys. Why you know do this? I don't have my anarchy tools on, so that's not what's causing this. I guess we can adjust this. Just need to pull this in a little bit and pull that in a little bit and just kind of straighten it out there. Just like that. Okay, and then on the other side, I'm still doing this backwards. And by backwards, I mean I'm going to have to reverse the direction of the road. Because it's easier to keep things parallel that way. But again, you know, reversing the road, not hard. Getting things perfectly parallel, that's kind of hard. And that's why the grids come in handy when they show up. When they don't, we have to kind of eyeball it, and that's less fun. Why am I not getting my crossroad notifications here? Well, I'm gonna just have to manually adjust some of these things just a tiny bit to get everything to work properly. And still no proper intersection here. That bit is kind of a pain in the butt. In the arse, if you will. A pain in the arse. Alright. We got straight lines. We'll have to make some adjustments just to get everything good and proper. But that's okay. And here I'm not going to try to do anything crazy here. I'm just going to try to get this thing to properly connect. And then we can adjust the exact lines as needed later. Let's see. Really? Oh, come on. Why are you being like this? Why you gotta be like this? Let's go ahead and delete this crossroad in case it's causing trouble. And I'm just gonna take that out so we have a little more maneuvering space. And now, okay. All right, we have an actual legitimate intersection now. We're gonna go ahead and get this lined up a little nicer. Not the tree. I'm not trying to align the tree. Yeah. I'm going to turn the snapping off here and just manually move this to where I want it to be. Just eyeball it. That'll work just fine. Okay. Okay, all right, that's pretty good. We still need to adjust the roads just a tiny bit, but let's go ahead and do the slip roads. These are, I don't know if we need like a two-way road for this. But I think that should be pretty much okay. Or do we want something a little more concave? Maybe not quite such a sharp turn. Maybe we start off back here, for example, and we go out to here like that. And then here we do kind of the same thing. Go out a little bit and a little bit more. That was a little bit too much more. I might not need to use 2 lanes here. It's entirely possible that 1 lane is more than enough, but I don't see the harm in it either. Really? Not sure what's going on here with this leveling, but we should be able to sort this out nicely. And then we'll kind of smooth it a little bit. This needs to go out a little more. I'm going to replace the section in the middle here. This is pretty much okay. Pretty much. Just need to get these sides connected together a little bit and make sure that everything's kind of properly aligned. Was that not connecting? I mean, if it wasn't connecting, that's good to know. Okay, we got no connection failures. We got a weird little bump there that we can fix. It's odd. It still seems to be kind of a bump. That looks pretty good. Same thing here, just get it nice and... Jeez, come on. This is happening a lot. I'm getting a lot of little road sections that just don't want to connect. They're just not in the mood. They're just not feeling it. There we go. Okay, all right, so now people can get off and on the freeway there. We just need to do the other side, and the other side might actually prove a little more challenging. One of the reasons I set this up like this is because I think it's very conceivable that we'll want to expand the freeway outwards over here. There's a lot of room there that we might eventually want to do something with, so this is just kind of prep work to make sure that we don't end up painting ourselves into a proverbial corner. Really? It's just constantly happening now. Every intersection I try to put down refuses to connect properly. There, and the other one should go here and up to here. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a hot mess. Let's see if we can fix it elegantly before we decide whether or not we're going to fix it inelegantly. That seems okay-ish. And then we'll do a little bit of cleanup here, make it a more parallel route. That's not perfect, mostly because this section here is curved. But we can straighten it out. We just turn the snapping on and we go like that. And then we just move this out here. Like so. Yeah. All right, I think we have our intersection sorted here. This should be able to deal with a reasonably significant amount of traffic. Nobody seems to be pathing into it right now, but I'm not seeing any notifications that there are issues. There should be no problem here. There just aren't any people going from here to there. But everything's back to normal. and our freeway section here is working properly. The one thing we need to do still is finish off the cloverleaf here. And for the sake of consistency, I'll just use these single lanes right about here to right about here. And then right about here to right about there. Okay, and that is a workable cloverleaf setup. It's not perfectly symmetrical. Whatever. It's no big deal. It is all good. All right, well, that was half an hour of my life I'm never going to get back, and it's half an hour of your life you're never going to get back. Go ahead and put the rails back. Where are my rails? Train, please, rails. One-way train track. Train tracks. I can't build train tracks until I've made a train station. Why are you doing this to me? Why can I not put a train track down? I'm not using the train right now. It's not stopping anywhere yet, so this is not essential, but this is definitely weird. Okay, well, I'll worry about that later, I guess. I guess I'll have to build a train track first. So we are getting some traffic going through here, but it seems like they're just trying to avoid the heavy traffic, which there isn't on the main freeway, which is odd. But you know how weird drivers can be. Sometimes they're just not rational. Let's just move this out a little bit so we can have a slightly more gradual slope. And the slope there is not an issue, so we'll leave that where it is, but we'll move this up just to make it visually match. Now, we have cars coming in both directions. It looks like everything's more or less okay here. Let's get rid of our weird little connector roads. Those might cause traffic oddness. What is that? Oh, it's just a fallen branch. I thought maybe it was a stub for a road that had gone awry or something. And look at that pretty bridge. That's cool. Okay, all right, let's take a break to have a quick look at our public transit network and make sure that everything is working, and we'll take a peek at traffic, and then we'll get started on filling out this area. For starters, let's look at the bus lines. And I'm just making sure there aren't too many people waiting anywhere, and we're gonna be a little more realistic with the budget here. We'll get this down to 8 vehicles, and that should be fine. The number 6 line was previously one of our problem lines. It's fine. There's very few people using it, so we can cut this down even further. We'll go down to 4 vehicles. The number 1 line was another problem line, and it still is because we have a lot of people waiting for the bus right here. Now there's also a tram stop here. So my assumption is that all of these people are going... Yeah, they're all going back this way. That makes sense. That's the red line, right? That's, yeah. So all of these people are going to, like, the botanical gardens or something like that. So let's take a look here. It's still not terrible. But we'll go back up to 8 on this line just to keep that under control. Okay, that's our number 1 line. Let's look at our number 4 line. Number 4 line is doing just fine and doesn't need quite this many vehicles. We'll go down to 5. The number 5 line also doing just fine with 6 vehicles. And this is the little local line here. It goes around the residential neighborhood. So that one's A-OK. And then finally the number 3 line is also A-OK. All right. That's good news. Check in on our tram. Our tram is doing just fine. As a matter of fact, it also looks like we can take some cars off the tram line. Let's go down to 9 and see how that works. This is partially a money thing, although obviously I'm kind of swimming in cash right now. Also just, the least amount of vehicles that'll do the job is probably the way to go. And we have 3 lines on the metro, and there's a fair amount of people at these stops, but we really don't need 3 lines. We'll go down to 2. Okay, so public transit seems to be pretty well under control. Let's see if we have any traffic hotspots that we need to be worried about. Overall, not too bad. Traffic at this intersection is starting to get heavier, but it's not remotely significant enough to be a problem. Here we've had, this intersection has been red for a while, but as you can see, it's flowing just fine, so no cause for concern. This area has been heavy and will probably need some attention at some point because people coming out from here are having a lot of problems, and part of that's because I banned left turning here because that was causing a problem. This is red, but there's no real reason for it, and this is also moving just fine. So traffic is well and truly under control now. I am very pleased with this. I'm a little unclear on why this is showing up as red. Are people having trouble getting there? I can't imagine, since we have our nice public transit hub here, that people can't work out how to get to the university. This is not a long walk. Let's take a look at the traffic from here. We got people walking, we've got people taking private vehicles and parking out here. What I'm not seeing is people coming in by public transit. That just doesn't make any sense, though. I can't imagine that people can't work out how to get there from the university. So let's not worry about it for now. This is getting a little heavy, but this is designed well enough. I don't anticipate any serious issues. It's 3 lanes all the way through to here, and then it's 2 lanes. What I'm still not seeing a whole lot of is people coming from here going to here. And maybe they just don't. Maybe they don't have a reason to. I just want to make sure that nothing's broken here, that there are no non-working intersections. And I don't see that. Let's just double check. Kind of get an idea of where these guys are going. That's fine. Traveling to City Hall. Driving home. Yeah, I guess just nobody wants to go there. I'll keep an eye on it just in case there's some issue preventing people from using that. I mean, there's plenty of people coming out that way. But let's go ahead and get started over here. Now, the next challenge, the next freeway-related challenge is we need decent off-ramps from this freeway so that people can get into this new area. And that might be more difficult than it looks just because of how cramped it is here. So let's assume we want the exit to be somewhere around halfway along. Unless we want to do something here and have like a road here, then we need 2 exits. And the only real benefit would be that we'd have this one flat section here that we could use. But it wouldn't make things easier on this side. At least not much. That looks pretty nice though. Okay, well, let's see what we can work out here. I'm gonna go with this straight section here because it's straight and a section. Yes, you'll learn a lot watching Stately Play City Skylines. It's straight and a section. Yes, indeed. How shall we do this? Well, let's start with where we want the road. And we're going to go with our Why are both of these marked as 90 degrees? Start with our little registration line there. I'm going to try something a little, possibly a little crazy. Let's turn on anarchy and is there a reason I can't get this up? Height's too high. Hold on a sec. One thing at a time. Let's get rid of this because that's not really what I need. Let's go with a road that can have a bridge. And let's go out here. Again, this is just for registration. This is not going to be the actual road. This is what we're going to connect the actual road to. And the way we're going to do that is with a 2-lane, one direction from here to, let's say, here. That looks pretty okay. And then from here to here, that looks pretty okay. Although, I think it might be too low, so we might have to, well, it's too low. It's visually too low. Even if the traffic can somehow pass underneath it, we need more space here. That's kind of okay. And this side has the same problem. No, why you be like that? No, it's not connecting over here. Poop. I'm telling you, man, I'm having the worst time with these. Okay, that's better. And the height seems okay. And we do need to change the direction here. No, what am I doing? Okay, can somebody tell me what I'm doing? Because I don't seem to know. This entire thing doesn't need to be here, is kind of the issue that we're having. This is to get off. We want people to be able to get on, but this is not how you do that. I mean, this is also not how you do that. This is... Oh, this is bad. I'm bad. I'm bad at City Skylines. I should be not allowed to play this anymore. Right. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bulldoze this because as previously stated, I'm bad at City Skylines and I shouldn't be allowed to play. We're going to lower this fairly significantly. Not quite to the ground, but significantly. Something like that. Now we need a line from here to that, and that'll get us off the freeway. Okay. Let's just kind of look at the angle and something like that. Really, what are they doing? I have no idea, but one guy is very confused. And then from there out, we'll have our 4-lane. You know what? This is a major intersection, so let's go with a 6-lane here. Down to the ground, please. Why does that always seem to happen? Let's try that again. 6 lanes from here. Straight line. Down, 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 down. I might have to do this in 2 steps. Just because that's the way this game likes to work. That's okay. We'll take care of that. Whatever this is causing an absolutely spectacular mess, and I'm not quite sure why. All of these cars are getting out of this lane. That's different. I haven't seen this before. See if moving this around a little helps. That did not help. A little mystified here. I'm a little unclear on what exactly is happening. That's not a big deal. We'll worry about it later. Okay, so that's gone. You can get off here and you can get off here. Which means that technically this needs to be a 1-lane 4 wide highway. All right, let's try that. That's actually a much more modest road. That's just this guy. But before we do that, let's work out how to actually get on the freeway. Now, that would imply... Okay. Let's take our nice 3-lane here and expand it farther down. Still not connecting. I'm going to turn my anarchy off here and hope that makes things a little bit easier. Okay, this is how you get off. This is how you get off. Pretty straightforward. We'll do something similar with getting on, but we need to run our main road somewhere before we do any of that. And I think we want it kind of running down here towards here-ish. We might have a promenade going all the way down the coast, which I think would be nice. And then we need a 2-lane 1-way. That's a 2-lane 1-way from here to here. Yep. All right. Anarchy, please. Like that. And then we need a 2-lane one-way going up here. Should we just put it there? Probably not. Probably somewhere around here. That's how you get on the freeway. This is how you get off the freeway. So the only thing we need to worry about now is how to get on this section. And I think the way we're going to get on this section, and bear with me here, I'm not sure this is going to work, but I'm hopeful, is we're going to go underneath here. And then we're going to go up to here. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful intersection. What have I done? Whatever I've done, it's awful and I hate it. It's bad. This is just crummy beyond belief. But we can fix this. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. We need this to be high enough to drive underneath without discomfort. And I think that's pretty close. Just a little more. Like that. That's good. I mean, structurally it's fine. It's just this bit here looks utterly ridiculous. And this is a-okay. I think we can raise this section a little bit to kind of smooth things out. And then we'll raise this section to match. And that looks okay. Now we'll straighten this out. We got the snapping on, so in theory, just like that. I still don't know what's going on here. For some reason, they can't go in a straight line. So let's try to fix that. Let's move maybe this back a little bit and see if that works better. Am I using two different types of road here, or what's going on here? I was using the 2-lane highways. Okay. So this needs to be graded to a 2-lane highway. And are we still having weird lane changes here, or is it under control? They are still changing lanes. I don't know for sure what's going on. I'm a little mystified. Not what I was trying to do. Just trying to get this straightened out. That's better. And we should straighten this out too and just kind of try to get a smoother alignment. I mean, this will work. It's actually kind of cool. I'm not entirely sure why this is a million miles below ground, but that should be an easy fix. So the problem now is the way this all intersects just looks hideous. So, you know what? In the rich tradition of city skylines, when in doubt, roundabout. Let's go ahead and put down a small roundabout here. Can we put roads down, please? May I? Oh, that's the upgrading tool. No, I may not. Right, we'll put it here. We'll put it at ground level. And this will be a compact roundabout. That's odd. Not exactly what I was going for. I said a compact roundabout. That's a little better. And for this, we'll use probably a one-way with a curve. Go down to here and there and there and here and here and there and here and there. And that is our magic roundabout. Let's go ahead and delete the support structures. Run a one-lane, two-lane, one-way road from here down to right about here, I suppose, in a straight line. It is rearranging my roundabout. I don't want it to rearrange my roundabout. Now my roundabout looks silly. Why does my roundabout look silly? Why you do this to me? I think maybe I need to keep those registration roads in until everything has been placed down. So let's go ahead and try this again. Is that too close? That might be a little too close. We'll go here. And that one's too long. Good. All right. Again with the roundabouting. 3 lanes. 3 lanes. I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of traffic on here, so 3 lanes might be excessive now, but it won't stay that way. Okay. Now, 2 lanes from right about... Can I do this? Can I just go like... No. We're going to run this as a theoretical straight line, at least, from right about here to right about here. And then from right about here, ideally parallel, just for aesthetics, to right about there. Okay, all right. Well, it's interesting. This is definitely one of the more exciting intersections that I've built. There's a few little issues here that need attention. This needs to come up. This needs to come up. Do I just need to lower the terrain here a little bit? Let's see what's going on. Brush size needs to be something like that, and brush strength needs to be something like that, and then we'll go... Okay. Alright, fixed it. Made a giant hole in the world. And oddly, it still looks better, but this is obviously not what we're trying to do here. We need that brush strength to be way down here somewhere. And we'll use the leveling tool to sort this. Lower this. Hopefully that'll take care of the weirdness right about there. Should still be... That's pretty low. That's too low. Kind of trying to straighten everything out here. It's still not quite perfect. Weird. I'm getting some weirdness. And it's entirely possible it's just because these things are so close together. Let me try the terrain tool one more time. Smaller brush size. Something like that. And... Huh. Yeah, that's not helping. That's definitely not helping. Yeah, this is a little problematic. Let's tweak the intersection a bit. I think that might have done it, because this looks straight now, and I'm still getting trucks. Oh, I see. Hold on. This is a one-way off-ramp only kind of thing. That's not what we want. But we can fix that thanks to Traffic Man. You can go there or there. Yeah, that second lane is completely useless because there's no way to get onto it. I just realized. That's too bad. This is a little sloppy and oh, it's way too low. Shoot. Play the intersection game with Stately. That's all we're going to do today. Apparently. Yeah. This is starting to look weird. So here's what we'll do. We'll take this out. We'll get this to where we want it to be. And that means, among other things, that we're going to lower this a reasonable amount. I don't want to do anything crazy here. Especially since I'm getting weird terrain issues. We need to raise this side. Since it's kind of running up a slope already. How's that look? How am I getting a hill here if there are no nodes? That looks high enough. This is going to be a pretty steep slope, though. Let's go ahead and try it. Yikes, is I think the word we're looking for. First of all, it doesn't intersect. Second, it's the wrong road type. So yeah, all kinds of great stuff is happening here. Try that one more time. 2 lanes, 1 direction. From here to here. And yeah, now we need to lower that significantly. Hope that we can. Well, that looks okay. I think we can indeed lower that enough. Raise this just a little. Lower this just a little. What do you think? Does that look credible? It's easy enough to get around. You can turn left, you can turn right, you can get off the freeway, you can stay on the freeway. We've got a credible intersection here. I think we have accomplished our mission. And that is, I gotta connect this. I can't not connect this before I end the stream. I used to stream. It's a video. It's not a stream. I get that. I don't stream anymore. I do videos. I'm a YouTuber. Please take me seriously. Nope. On second thought, don't take me seriously. There are much, much better players out there. There. Look at that. Okay, it took a little while, but in the end, this isn't too bad. Well, folks, on that bombshell, we're going to have to end today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and tune in tomorrow for more exciting adventures with Stately and his freeways. Take it easy, folks. Peace out.